this is your house. The members of the assembly are your servants. They're not your organs like some people would think sometimes. So I'm really, really glad that you also expressed your mind and the things that we're going to be able to do for you. We have plans to have an agenda-setting event, which you have more of the clusters, the larger community, where you will tell us what you would like us to do for the next 4 years. No doubt about that. That is going to take place. Now, in terms of the concerns that you have raised there today, yes, we have also been thinking a lot about it. My past life, some of our folks may not know that I'm a medical doctor by training. So I can relate to the issues like cerebral palsy and medical condition, even albinism. As somebody that has practiced medicine for almost 30 years before going into politics. So yes, the Child Act needs to be amended. But it is glad in your heart to know that there's already an amendment or a reenactment for the Disability Act you are talking about that has passed first reading. This is also going to go at some point to public hearing where you can bring all these issues on the floor. So the process has already started in terms of the we think that the gaps or lacuna are so huge that it's not even amendable. I think it's going to have to be reignited, which is actually the bill that's in the House right now. My brother here, Honorable Winger, also has an amendment that's going through the House about sign language. And on the issue of sign language, the speaker, your speaker here, our great progressive speaker here, has approved the use of sign language in the chamber. So very soon, and that's a legacy, that's not something that has happened in this chamber before, since its inception. It has only happened during the speakership of Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas, PhD. So that is, I would like you to know that.
While you were busy giving us a preamble into why we are here, you mentioned some cardinal issues that, I think should be able to put alongside with the National Child Act and the National Disability Act. In between those acts, there is a lacuna, there is a lapses. And I think the House Committee should be able to, if possible, expand this social, gathering or what have you, so that we'll be able now to marry the National Child Act and the National Disability Act. Because if you look at the National Disability Act 2018, does not take care of some of the issues that have to do with a child living with disability in Nigeria. For instance, you make mention of education. We talk about inclusive education in Nigeria. It's a mere theoretical jargon, if I may say so.
Awareness. Our teachers should be educated on special children. They have the right to learn. They have the right to go to school. They have the right to relate with other children. Parents don't allow them to play with their children because they don't know much about them. And look at them, they call them names, they call them all sorts of things. So my daughter, I have to remove her after 3 years in the private school. A friend, I was just one day, I was just going through my phone. I said, let me look for school, special school. Somebody advised me to take her to a special school. And I wrote her, in that school, she could not write anything after 3 years. She cannot read, she cannot even do anything. So when I read, I had to take her from that school, and luckily for me, I found a special school in Cuba, JKS, and I took her there. She has spent almost 5 years in that school, and God has been faithful. The problem she has is just writing. After writing, mentally she can recite everything she's been taught in the school. But the thing is, it's expensive. How many parents can afford it?
Now let me start with health. For a person with albinism, we are very prone to skin cancer, and it leads to continuous exposure to the sun. Over time, we begin to have moles, warts, and then, if not checked correctly, it becomes skin cancer. And we know that the health facilities cannot really attend to our needs because chemotherapy is expensive, and at the end, persons with albinism die. And when that person dies, it simply means the person cannot achieve what he or she has been brought into this world to achieve, We've lost persons with albinism to skin cancer, 18, 24 years, and these are people who have strived to be alive to this point. Now, getting education as a child with albinism is not easy.